Man, I'm excited. Cool. Well, I'll go ahead and give you guys a quick look at it, and if you guys like it, cool. If not, though, that's like totally cool too. Most importantly, though, Liz, you take a good look because you'd be the one using it. You know. So if it looks like something you'd use, I'll go ahead and show you guys how to order it, like I did with the Johnsons and the Sullivans and stuff. But if for some reason like you don't like it or you guys don't think it'd be useful, feel free to give me a big fat no. I didn't write it, so you're not going to hurt my feelings or anything. If you guys do like it, though, like I said, I'll show you guys how to use it. And I actually have all the stuff in my car. So you actually get it today. And then you can use it all the way through high school, SATs, and then also your younger siblings can use it, too. But again, like I said, if you guys don't like it, totally cool, too. So I'll give you guys a quick look at it. And if you guys like it, cool. If not, totally cool, too. I didn't write it, so you're not going to hurt my feelings or anything. Most importantly, though, Liz, you take a good look because you'd be the one using it. You know, so if it looks like something you'd use, like Johnny and Susie and a lot of the other kids, like I'll show you guys how to get set up, and I actually have all the stuff in my car, so you get it today.
That's cool.
And you also can use all the SAT stuff too right away. So you'll get access to all that today, and then you can use it all the way through school as well as your siblings. But like I said, for some reason, if it doesn't look helpful, like that's okay too. I kind of just have fun showing it. The only favor I do ask is I try to show it to about 30 families each day.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just get a couple minutes with each family. So you guys would be doing me a huge favor if y'all just took a good look, and then at the end just kind of let me know like one way or the other. Like, ooh, that looks awesome, or like we're kind of good. Is that cool with y'all?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sweet. Well, so what it is it's actually 6 books and an app and a website that'll cover everything that you and your siblings do all the way through school. So it'll cover like all your history, government, economics, geography, grammar, writing, literature, covers all your sciences, biology, chemistry, earth science, ecology, physics, even space science. And it actually has over 2,400 pages of math, from addition all the way up to college level calculus.
Wow,
this one
that's a
helps with
lot.
all your research papers and stuff, and then this one helps with any AP classes you might be doing. Now this is just a sample book, so this just kind of has pages from all the books to make it easier for me to carry. You'd be getting 6 books, and then an app that works on your phone, tablet, computer. All right, and then I'll show you guys the SAT stuff too. But I'll start with math because that's where most kids tell me they get the most homework day to day, year to year. Is that the same with you?
Yeah, I'm an AP calculus, so.
Sounds super fun. Well, I think Sarah was taking taking AP Calc too, and she was saying a lot of times, like in math, she'll get like a couple examples in class, but then she gets like 30 problems to do. Does that sound familiar? And Sarah and Johnny were saying the first ones are always easy, but then by the time you get to the end, it's like a lot harder than the ones you did in school.
Yeah.
Does that sound
Our
familiar?
study group takes forever doing all the.
I bet. And I know a lot of you guys do sports and stuff too. So like when I was talking to Johnny, he was saying he'd have math class at 9 in the morning. He'd go over the couple examples. Then he has every other class. Then he goes to sports, and then he eats dinner with his family. Yeah, right.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, and he was saying sometimes like, and I felt bad almost because his mom was like, yeah, sometimes we're going to bed and he's still up doing homework sometimes, you know. And so what's cool about this is that it'll cover every subject that you and your siblings do through school. And when you're sitting there looking at some of those hard examples and you're like, man, it looks like a foreign language, you know, or hard problems that you're stuck on, you can just flip right here and it has every single example from the easy ones all the way to the hard ones. And checks it out, literally just breaks them down step by step by step with teacher written explanations for each step. So it's kind of like,
cool.
yeah, it is. It's kind of like having your own like teacher's manual right at home, you know, or like, do you ever have the teacher teach it one way and it just doesn't make sense to you? So this actually
He can't help me on derivatives, so.
She hit 7th grade and I was done. Yeah.
That's what Sarah's mom said too. So funny. So what this does, it actually gives you multiple methods, showing you exactly how the problems worked out. And then I think one of the coolest parts too is like, I don't know if you ever help the younger siblings and you like get the right answer, but they're like, that's not the way the teacher taught us how to do
Yeah,
it.
they have to show
Help's
the
a strong word.
Yeah, so it has both the way you were taught versus the way kids are being taught today, and then breaks down exactly how it works numerically, and then also with the written explanation. Now, let me show you guys the coolest part though, because like a lot of times, like, you know, when you're doing that homework 10 o'clock at night, like you just want to be able to get it done well, but you want to get it done quick, you know. And so when you're sitting there stuck, what I think Sarah really liked is you can literally just hop on this app on your phone, and you just type the page number into an app, and then there's literally a video of a teacher doing that exact problem, like a virtual tutor in your pocket.
Kind of like YouTube.
Yeah, but instead of being,
school.
yeah, I think why Sarah liked it, because she was saying a lot of times on YouTube, she'll find like a 20-minute video, but then it's not the way the teacher taught it. Right? It's just put together by a board of Hall of Fame teachers that just puts it the exact way you do it in school, and just puts it all in one spot for every subject. Isn't that pretty cool? Or on the app,
cool.
yeah, you could also type in like Civil War, and then it'll actually tell you the page number in the book to go to, and it'll pull up the
So you
videos
go like
explaining
both ways.
Yeah. So you can like go in there and you can type in derivative, and then it would tell you where to
That's
go.
cool.
Isn't that pretty cool? And it'll do that for literally every single subject. And so it works the same way for like all your sciences, history, government, economics, like all your research papers, APs. It'll do that for kind of every class. But isn't that kind of neat?
Yeah.
But I guess what do you kind of like best about it so far? Do you like kind of how it breaks it down step by step, or more how it just puts it all in one spot?
I like how it's all in like one spot, and I travel with all the people you just mentioned for sports, so it's cool like to just pull a problem on like your phone, and if I don't have my book, I can still use it on my phone. When I come home, I know where to find it. So that's kind of pretty cool.
Yeah, and do you kind of like it more because it like saves you time, or do you like how it could kind of just make things easier?
I think both. Maybe just making things easier, because if it makes things easier, I can save time.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and then last one, do you kind of like more how it just like puts it all in one spot, or do you kind of like how it's something you could use for all your subjects?
I mean, the fact that I have a lot of siblings, it's cool that I can use it for my senior year, but then they can be passed on to them.
Yeah.
Kind of help everybody.
Totally. Yeah, I think that's why the Sullivans liked it, because they're kind of same boat as you. They have a senior, and then they have like 5 behind them. You know? Y'all don't have that many, but still. And then what about you, Dad? Did you kind of like more kind of how it's something independent the kids can go to, or do you like more how it's something that can just make it easier when they're doing all this stuff with sports in school?
A little bit of both, because I'm going to be no help when they come to me with some of those homework questions, like upper level stuff that they're into now. I mean, it's past me.
Yeah.
But what she was saying makes a lot of sense, that there's more coming up behind her through school too, so something more people could use, more the kids can use.
Yeah, totally. And then do you kind of like it more because do you like it how it works with the app more, or do you kind of like how it's
that was neat. That was a neat part.
Yeah, that app, that's cool. And then Liz, could you see yourself using something like that when you're doing some of the harder stuff in school?
Yeah, I think as it gets like harder, I mean, I still have the exam coming up, and I'm in college. I want to major in biology, and I know it's going to be a lot, so it'll be a good reference to just have to.
Yeah, totally. It was like Johnny was like, where were you for last year's finals? He was like, I could have used it. Yeah, that's cool. And then could you see your siblings using that behind you when stuff gets harder?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And Dad, could you see that being helpful as well?
It seems like seems like something worth having around for sure.
Yeah, cool. Sweet. Well, I'll leave that one out, and then I'll show you the SAT stuff, because you said you're taking that again in the fall. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I took the PSAT my sophomore year, I think. So
okay, nice.
It's time for the real one.
Whew, fun stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're doing for prep yet, or not as much?
They were just figuring it out.
Yeah.
So.
This school offers a couple,
like a class or something like that.
After school, after hours kind of thing.
Yeah. That, I've heard that. That's cool. Well, I think you guys like that. I'll give you guys a quick look at this too, and if y'all like this, also cool. If not, no big deal. But so have y'all heard of Princeton Review?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're like the #1 SAT, ACT prep program in the country, but they partner with us during the summer, so they let our college students and like recent grads offer this to families at a discounted price. So it's actually really cool. But how it works is it comes with a series of practice tests that you can take for both SAT and ACT, so it'll actually tell you which one you're naturally better at. I think what Sarah really liked, I think it's sweet. What Sarah liked though is that you can take a test and it'll actually personalize the feedback on exactly what you need to study. Because I know like a lot of the kids were telling me they took their PSAT, they got the score, and they were kind of like, well, it said generally math was the worst one, or English was, but they didn't know exactly where they needed to improve. And so it gives you extremely personalized feedback into the subsections of what you need to improve on. And then one of the coolest parts is it comes with over 4,000 practice questions showing you exactly how to build confidence mastery with different subsets of problems.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and then I think what the Sullivans liked, what their parents liked, is like a lot of the test taking strategy that it goes over. Because a lot of times improving the score isn't always about the content you learn, but it's about how well do you know how to take the test.
Yeah, that's our like friend joke is, you probably not too smart, but if you know how to take the test, you can do better than us.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like everyone's like those kids who don't study, but they're just good at taking tests. Like, oh man. So this kind of tries to help everyone get good at that, learning how to take tests. Okay. And then it also helps with some AP stuff, so like some videos and stuff there. One of the things Johnny really liked though is also the school planner. Like, do you know where you want to go to college yet?
No, I mean I have good grades, but I don't know where I want to go Probably not. That's too far from home. So.
Yeah. So what this does, it has a whole school planner that well, basically you can type in a bunch of stuff you might be interested in, and it'll tell you which schools you might be a good fit for you. So you can search it by region, by majors, by tuition, all kinds of stuff, and can help you narrow down a good list of schools you might want to go visit. Plus it comes with a scholarship search that can help you get scholarships for paying for school.
Yeah, I'm sure they appreciate free money. So.
That's good.
Yeah, but I think one of the coolest parts about it is honestly just how effective it is. I mean, because we get to partner with Prince Review, so 96% of their students improved their grades, and 4 out of 5 who did this got into their top choice school. So I think Sarah was just like, well, if I'm going to do something, I want to know that it's going to work, you know.
Right.
And so obviously one of the most effective programs in the country. But anyways, that's kind of how that works. But how'd that one look? Cool, not cool?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably use that a little bit more because, I mean, that's the next step is college.
Yeah,
so
totally.
That one's
And I guess, what do you kind of like about that one? Do you like how it kind of personalizes the feedback for you to what you need to improve, or do you like more the test-taking strategy or the school stuff?
I mean, definitely appreciate the scholarships.
Yeah.
But the personalization is pretty cool too. Where
Yeah.
I can just focus on wanting to work on, and even just practicing test taking, which is a big part of it.
Yeah. And then do you kind of like how it comes with like videos explaining stuff, or more the practice questions, or a little bit of both?
I think probably the practice questions.
Yeah.
But I mean, practice makes perfect. So
Yeah,
going
totally.
through those at least guarantees that I'm going to do a little bit better than I did last time.
Yeah, 100%. What about you, Dad? Do you kind of like how it's something that like helps with scholarships and stuff, or do you like more how it's just effective, or more kind of that it tailors it to the student?
Okay, well, the scholarship part's intriguing. No, it's all online.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I like having the online portion is going to be helpful, I think, for this age group.
Yeah, totally. Because like the Sullivans, they were like, all we got was a big old book.
Yeah.
And so she's like,
I refuse to get that.
Yeah.
So.
They were like, oh, this is pretty sweet. It comes with like video tutoring videos, practice questions, and instant feedback. They were like, that's pretty sweet. So yeah, that's kind of what that one's for. But cool. Well, yeah, usually the question I get right about now is like, all right, Jack, like, how much is this going to cost? I think.
Yeah, it's Jack, how much is this going to cost?
Good question. Yeah, I honestly think that's the best part. Now, it sort of depends on what you get. So there's a couple different options. So there's 3. There's the silver, the gold, the platinum. So the silver is basically just your 4 books. Covers your core subjects, math, science, social studies, language arts. Then you have your gold, and this will cover all the 6 books, APs, research papers, everything basically a family would need for school from 1st through 12th grade. And then the platinum includes all the stuff with school help for every kid, all the access. They can all download the app, the videos, the website stuff for access to all their school subject. Plus it comes with the SAT prep that she can use, and then you can enroll each kid after that for like a way discounted price to go through the same program. But which of those do y'all think would be the most useful?
Which one stood out to you most? Which one do you think would be the most useful?
I like the SAT stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one the Sullivans got too. But yeah. And well, I'll kind of
And
go
the math,
through.
like the math books.
Yeah, definitely. Well, cool. Yeah, I'll kind of run through the price. Honestly, I think that's kind of why everyone gets it, but because most people I talk to out here, they look at education kind of like an investment. You know, it's funny though. People hear the word investment and they think like really big numbers, but in reality, investment is just like doing something now for like big rewards later, you know, and that's kind of what this stuff's for. And trust me, I know the pain of that. Like, you know, college textbooks like half this size cost me like $300, and they cover one subject, and they last one semester. You know, so like again, when I was talking to the Sullivans, they were saying that like, you know, wait, okay, so 48 school subjects, 6 books, you know, like even if it's 6 books half that size, that's like $1,800. But that only lasts a semester. This covers 12 years of education. So everything, it could be easily double 3,600 or triple that, like 5,600. And then you add the SAT prep, and I mean that stuff can just get crazy depending on what you do.
Yeah.
Like, because do y'all know the Johnsons?
They do the private tutoring.
Oh yeah. So y'all know them kind of well because they have the one that they have one in college already, and they did the private tutor, and they were telling me that you know, over the year of tutoring they spent over $2,000 for the tutor, and I was like, dang, that's a lot, you know. But she was saying basically if you get one scholarship it pays for itself, and I was like, well, that's a good point, you know. And to be honest, that's not even the biggest number I've heard. One family told me they got a whole like performance coach for college for one of their kids. It was like $5,000. I was like, man. But again, I mean, you get one scholarship. If it pays for a semester, it's like, I mean, it kind of pays itself back. But I think the coolest part about this is we're partnered with Prince Review. It comes with SAT, ACT prep, and it comes with the AP stuff. Plus, you get all the school stuff. So it's kind of a one-stop shop for anything a family would need all the way through school and SATs. So I think kind of why everyone gets it is because you get the whole thing, and instead of being like you know, $3,600 or $5,600 for this, plus another $2-3 grand for this, because Prince Review has courses online that are $2-3 grand, but they do give us a discount on this stuff. But when I think the Sullivans loved it, because instead of being like, you know, $7 grand for the whole thing for the whole family, or like $6,500, the whole thing is just $1,500 for all. And it was like, the Sullivans were like $1,500. Like, Jack, like, we spend that on sports for 3 kids in a year, just the sign up fee, let alone all the travel and everything else. And they were like, you know, something like this that all the kids can use all the way through school, SATs, scholarships. It just felt a lot more like a good investment in education, kind of in the future too. And then the app works sort of like Netflix, sort of like I mentioned earlier. But a lot of times, like, people tell me, like, when you're having like a tutor, it can be, you know, $100-$200 a month, or an hour for some tutor. So I think people like this, because it's 24/7, every kid could use it, every subject, instead of being like $200-$300 a month per kid, the whole thing is just $25 for the whole family per month. And so the Sullivans were like $25. Like, we can't get out of Chick-fil-A without spending $25.
Yeah,
you know?
we just ate Chick-fil-A earlier.
Yeah, and so I think that's what kind of why I always have liked it. But yeah, and kind of what everyone likes about the way I do business is I take orders today. You guys get access to all the stuff today, as well as access to the SAT stuff, so you can work prepping during the summer. And then, but you also do, so you get all the stuff today, but then you do get a chance to break up the balance.